Sometimes I wonder why I do it to myself, but this wipe I was going to play solo on extreme difficulty. What does that mean? It means living in the desert on a full pop vanilla server. The plan this wipe was to build 3 bases, 2 small stash bases and 1 large bait base, and let's just say the bait base lived up to all expectations. Any solo will tell you that living in the desert is an absolute nightmare. You're exposed 360 degrees to anything and everything that wants to kill you. I'm Nugo, I play solo vanilla, and I hope you guys enjoy. Alrighty, let's go. Well, I pretty much have all the major BPs, so I think the plan's just to speed run Prim and get to the end game. It's going to be pretty hard anyway, being in the desert, but we'll see how we go. I miss Harbour, I don't come here enough. Who would have thought? Rust is an actual survival game. This is probably the first time I've cooked boar meat on the beach. Should never go AFK in the desert, I can see you from a mile away. Poor guy, there's no way he was winning that. Oh, time to put the first base down, I think. It's just going to be a basic 2x1 with a extension on it going up. I'm not going to have a roof on it. I don't want this base to have any attention on it whatsoever. Well, time for a little explore, I think. Go see who's around. I'll take it, it's a pretty early gun. Had to slow him down, I didn't want him leaving. But there's always more. Had a little break after that, went and farmed a bunch of stone off camera, so I think we'll get the next level on this base. This is really as big as it's going to get, to be honest. Nice. With the first base now being done, I wanted to toughen it up as quick as possible. I went down into the labs to get as much HQM as I could so I could armour the core, and I grabbed a couple guns from the drone shop using a bit of sulfur I'd mined. Not gonna put any footage of labs in the video, I don't think, but it was pretty boring. But they really need to nerf it. It's so OP how much stuff you get from it. Well, probably going to take a couple of these guns I bought and go have a bit of a look around. I heard a raid over here. This has to be it. There's a ladder, but I don't see anyone or hear anyone. Interesting. He's left heaps of stuff in here. He must be coming back. I guess he's got the TC yet. I'm gonna wait for him, I reckon. Ooh, footsteps. I think it's just the one. What is that? Oh, that triggered the crap out of me. I had to have a break. But I'm back now. I'm ready for round 2. Interesting. Might as well just jackhammer this out, to be honest. Oh, ho, ho. Worth it. reckon I'll keep having a bit of a look around on this horse. What's he up to? The old jump scare on the horse. He's got some stuff on him. Well, with that stone there, I reckon it's time to put the bait base down, I reckon, at least the start of it. Kind of just built like the simplest base ever, really. I don't want it to be huge. I don't think like I'm not going to be able to really defend on lines with this, but I don't really get online anyway, so we'll see what happens. What? I mean, you make yourself a big target on a train. Well, with all that, I reckon I'll chuck a few more little mods on the bait base. Well, I reckon in the editing, I'll probably skip over the time it took to actually make this, but I've got 3 little turret pods on the base now. Yeah, should be fun. What do you reckon he's gonna commit?
I will get you. That's an older talk.
Well, at least they work. That's calmer if I've ever seen it. The first of a few clans had moved in pretty much next door to me. They were actively raiding everything and anything around them, and things in the desert were about to go up to another level. They'd also put themselves on the radar of another clan, and I was expecting a war to pop off. I went over and checked out this small raid they were doing, just next to their main base. It's not very big yet, they've only just put this down. I assume it's going to take over that entire rock. Scrappy's not here. I think they're out on like rig or something. He might be the only dude. Oh no, there's another one. I think I'll take what I can get. Well, AK kit, I ain't complaining. I made sure I ran back to the bait base though, but I might go satchel in that furnace base. There might be some stuff in there if they're online. I did do a lap. I can't hear them. Don't know if they're out somewhere or they've logged after what happened. I don't know, but about to find out. That was a good guess. Well, that wasn't worth it whatsoever. There is absolutely nothing in here. I don't know. It took me about 20 minutes to farm at the satchel, so maybe they just deep-ed everything aside and logged. Who knows? Well, I mean, I got this AK kit now. I might actually go try and counter an ore rig or two and try and get some cards. At this point, I'd been running oil rigs religiously. I had a lot of stuff. I went and converted all my scrap into stuff that I needed to start doing raids. I also farmed a crap load of sulfur, and I already had the BPs I needed, so it was time to start some rocket raids. Don't know what's going on here, but this dude's walls back to front. I ladded up a little earlier to have a suss, and he's got a weak spot, so we'll give it a go. That's 2 TCs for 2. I'm on fire. Countered by the local wildlife. What? I have a feeling this is a labs base. There's like a labs just in the water. This dude's loaded. He's got that much high qual. How's that? That's like 1,000 high qual plus the HQM I'll get from recycling these pump blocks. That's actually the most high qual I think I've ever got from a raid. There you go. Almost 3,000 scrap. Plus the 300 high qual I got there, plus the 1,000 back in the TC. We're talking like, that's like 1,400 HQM, that's crazy. Well, I used that scrap to fill in the gaps in my tech tree, and I turned all that HQM into kits. I don't think kits are going to be a problem at the moment. Like, that's just mind-blowing amount of HQM. As a solo, that might be the first time in like over 6+ months I've ever seen that much HQM in a tool cupboard before, so yeah. Pays off. Make sure you finish your honeycomb. Well. Just logged on for another day of rust, and our neighbours have a huge hole in their base. Well, I guess there's bigger fish out there. But when I was running over here, I seen a hot air balloon, and I've been practicing with them. So I think I'm going to go do some risky things and see what we can do with it. Probably count on my hands how many solos I've seen try count a rig with a hot air balloon. I don't know what's going on. There's still some alive scientists, but a lot are dead. Hopefully there's a boat. I don't know if I can get that. Report me. The old checking corners and Counter-Strike habits paid off. I knew it. I reckon they're those like guys that just hide in rooms and wait for the heavies to counter. Well, I'm glad there's a boat. That's the downside to countering with balloons. Sometimes you can lose them, but yeah, paid off. Got some treasure. Happy with it. Amazes me how often they break the boat sound in Rust. This was the first time this wipe the lightning rod had been hit. In a typical content creator curse, I was out having lunch and gone for all but 20 minutes and the base got raided. I'd been on all day expecting it to happen, and the second I wasn't there it did. I was a bit annoyed, but I swallowed my pride and went over to Cargo to try and get some more AKs and metal kits to defend these onlines. Where you at, balloons? Look at it in all its glory. I've patched it up and put a wall around it. What? I reckon they've just come back from milk tons and just got railed by a dude in a balloon. Well, I'll depot this and go for round 2 on Cargo while it's still close. This must be an intimidating sight. What do you reckon's going through their head? Some dudes followed them from their rig run to the cargo in a balloon. I like to leave so much loot behind as well. It's a lot of firsts this wipe. This might be the most loot I've ever come back to base with that wasn't from a raid. That's crazy. I haven't mentioned this in my videos before, but I'm a shift worker. That's partly why I play solo, and the fact is this week I was on the back shift, which meant I was on rust at all hours of the morning. I noticed a duo 2 nights in a row going around offlining every single person at about 3 AM. I caught them in the act this time and wanted to scare them out of the area. Don't play Rust, sleep deprived. Little rats. Well, because I'm the master of bad ideas, I'm gonna raid that furnace base. It's got stuff in it, it's obviously cooking. They're online. Well, I give it a 60-40. Need to be able to put flashlights on rocket launchers.
Oi, bro, you're a little fucking pussy. You're raiding a base with no honeycomb. That is a furnace base. That's not much of an online. Plus you have AK. It's not much of a one. It's not an impressive one. Non-honeycombed base, bro. It's literally just one wall.
It's good I mute my in-game mic, let's just say that, otherwise I'm probably going to be demonetized by now. Well, I just got back from a little break after having a bit of fun with those guys. So I was going to go do large, but it's just been done. So there's a lighthouse in the middle of the ocean that you can only get to by boat. So I reckon I might fly out there and drop my supply drops. You're kidding me, is that a boat? It's only one supply drop. What's the worst that can happen? Well, I counted 3 that jumped out of that boat, and I'm pretty sure I've seen a metal facebar, so... I don't even know what just happened, but whatever, I'll take it. This is my lighthouse. Oh, the rig's back up. I might go do a quick rig. Probably only going to chuck it in the video if it's eventful. Well, if I've just appeared in my base with an inventory full of loot, it's because nothing eventful happened on rig whatsoever. So might run over to the starter and grab a few things for this base as well. Oh my god, that was so bad. I had a chicken crimpy in my hand. I'm gonna make sure I run back to this base because I don't want that one raided. What? Took a while, but they're coming back. What is going on? I jumped in a hot air balloon and followed these guys back to their base. I found that they lived on the edge of a river in the desert about 4 squares over from me. They had one hell of a zerg village, to the point where they had an armoured furnace base, something I'd never seen before in Rust at all. These guys were loaded and were going to be a big problem. One thing I thought I could do was raid every single base around me, online or not, and stick my door skin on it, in the hopes that these guys would genuinely have no idea what base I lived in. I'm not proud about what I did next. I did offline some people, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Well, as I just said earlier, they were going to pay me a visit, and that's exactly what they did. To be honest, this base was not designed to defend online raids whatsoever. Lessons learnt, next time I'll actually build a base that can be defended online. I just didn't expect it to happen as much as it did this wipe. It was time to take the fight to them. What I'm about to do I do not recommend whatsoever. These guys are at least 15 deep and they're actually quite good. Sometimes my messing with zergs works, and a lot of the times it doesn't, and you're about to see why. Well, I think they're taking off. I might let them fly away and then rocket this furnace base. This might actually work if they're not home to defend it. Knock knock, who's there? It's moving very quick. Oh, I'm not gonna get in time. Time to do an egg, Kelly. I'll come back later and try and hit their other one. They just got back. Ah well. Send it. Oh, well I completely misjudged the footprint of this base. I don't have the rockets to go too much deeper. I've already got myself to blame. Laying there dead on that hill made me question my existence. If you go back to my previous videos, you'll see that sometimes I do actually win against these zergs. I like to take risks. More often than not, they don't end up quite well, and I like to show the reality in these videos, and what you just seen is the reality. These guys won this day. I did know their names though. Australia was a small place, we don't have a lot of servers, and chances are in a future video I might come across them, and revenge might be paid. But for now, I hope you liked the video guys. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that sort of good stuff, and yeah, peace out, see you next time.